For the Republic, indeed, Josh. Welcome. Pulling double duty on your jobs today? Or you just taking it easy? How's it going, everybody? I'm back for my day off. I'm still not getting better, but throat's still pretty raw. Really not that much better than yesterday, but I was like, whatever. I miss everybody. I'm just down in the cough drops. So if I sound a little raspy, I'm sorry. I'll do my best. We are back with our Republic soldier. He's got a new kit. It's looking pretty cool. Yeah, I'm liking this. It's actually what's on sale today. So if you are interested in that, it is the Hollow Shield Trooper armor set. Relaxing and playing Terraria. 2 more days till my 2 days off. Terraria. I haven't played that game. My coworker has. He loved it. Him and his teenage son played through it, and they really enjoyed it. It's on my to-do list at some point. All right, what were we doing? I turned in a bunch of side quests, if I remember correctly. Oh, and let me see. Make sure I'm in the right one. If anyone would like to join our conversations away from streaming, there's a link to the Discord. I actually remembered this time. But yes, I never really knew I was going to get sick. Wife and kid were both sick. I felt great. So I was like, well, that means I'm definitely getting sick. And just like that, a few days later, old me got sick.
Nice to see customers.
Not bad, though. Fortunately, it didn't really progress past a certain point. I just kind of hovered around where I am now. Which, we down enough meds, enough cough drops. Not so bad. Okay, did we already? Yeah, we already used that.
Vehicle pads are currently open for business.
35.
Have a safe and pleasant stay.
You're getting closer. I don't know to what, but you're getting closer to maybe getting it. Can't tell if that's sarcasm or not. Like, I just assume everything you say is sarcasm. Or that means it's terribly broken. It doesn't work. Just possible. My my throat is killing me. Probably gonna instantly regret streaming today. That or we just have a silent stream. Nobody can talk. Except for Josh.
Will just take over the streets and call themselves JustCars. Sounds like nut jobs to me.
Those sound like nut jobs. You're right. For a while there, the Discord link, I thought I said it's never expire. Apparently it had expired, so anyone that tried to use it for a while there wasn't getting anywhere.
You there?
Till Josh pointed it out, I think, that it wasn't working.
Could you spare a minute?
Or somebody did.
No, don't look at me. Just look casual. Act like you're not talking to anyone. My name's Jafke. I'm with Republic Security. Is the street clear? Any JustCar patrols?
I don't see any JustCars in the street.
All right, good. It should be safe for us to talk. For now. I already tangled with the JustCars. Trust me, you don't want to underestimate these guys.
Thanks for the heads up.
Gladly. I wouldn't want anyone else making the same mistake I did. Republic Security was actually excited about the JustCars at first. Bunch of ex-military guys forming a militia to take back the streets.
The JustCars weren't the allies you'd hoped for.
Republic Security hoped the JustCars would work alongside our officers, bring order to Coruscant's lower levels. But they pushed out Republic
I don't know if you
forces
couldn't
and
tell.
the criminals.
Fresh
They keep
face
the peace
baby
down
today.
here, but they definitely aren't on the
Shaved my
Republic
beard
side.
off. Pretty good one going.
If the JustCars aren't working with the Republic, then who are they working
A little
with?
cold now.
No clue. They pushed out Black Sun and the other criminal groups, but their goals are still a mystery. We've tried to run surveillance on their activities, but their signal jammers block every attempt. I thought disrupting the jammers would be easy, but the JustCar patrols are everywhere.
Anything I can do for you?
Yes, that'd be great. I built the devices to disrupt the JustCar's jammers. They just need to be installed. Can you do that for me?
I'll take the devices and place them for you.
Consider
Thank you
it
so
done.
much. Here, take the devices. They need to be planted at several points around the district. That's the tricky part. JustCar patrols are everywhere. Once you've planted the devices, make your way back. Good luck, and thanks.
Okay, let's go plant some devices. Oh, hello.
On your feet.
I did not remember my moveset. Okay. I did record, considering I couldn't talk yesterday, I recorded a little more footage for the next Bounty Hunter episode. So if you're looking for that, I might have it done this weekend. Might still be a couple weeks, but I'll let everybody know. We're gonna need to get a 500 YouTube sub celebration stream going here soon. We'll do a 24-hour stream with me on stream for 4 hours, and then I'll put my Stormtrooper helmet head on for the rest of the time. Right now he's a hat holder. It's pretty good. Pretty cool. Gonna paint it eventually. Okay. Where are we going? It's not an exit. Let's avoid them if possible. Right. The pricing debacle aside, I was looking up the specs on the new Switch 2. It's pretty impressive what they're getting out of that thing. Like refresh rates and frames per second. Looks pretty nice. So I don't know if I'm gonna get one or not. It's probably not at launch because I don't know if they have enough that I want to play. Donkey Kong game looks fun, but not $450 fun. Mario Kart, I have not played in a long time. Probably looking back at N64 era. So the new one does look pretty cool, but not system seller cool. I think that's about it. The FromSoft game, Dust Blood, whatever it is. That looks pretty cool. Maybe that would be the one reason I might. I know my son's gonna want one at some point, but he can wait. Yeah, it will be expensive. I know the tariffs went down, at least, so maybe they'll be back to normal pricing. The $450 really doesn't seem that bad to me, considering what the console's, like, its output seems pretty decent. Like, as far as bang for your buck, I think it's a pretty decent price point. It's like $80 game is obviously ridiculous. Nintendo has no business doing that. But I feel like that's inevitable at this point, so who knows? I wish games would just do individual pricing. Why do we have to have everything be a fixed? Why can't games go over $70? Well, it's weird because they do all the time. It's just the deluxe edition or whatever. But why do we have to have everything set at 70? If a company thinks their thing's worth more, go for it. See how it goes for you. If you fail, then you have to lower it. But some games, it's hard because it's like games like Baldur's Gate, I would have paid $100 for. It's that good of a game. And I think they deserve it. But I don't know. Seems weird because if you're charging $80 for an amazing game, a mediocre game, shouldn't get the same price point. But for some reason, just games are stuck in that. You can't pay more than this. I'm one of those people, though, that I value games a little differently than most. As far as... So, the way I look at it, my hours of enjoyment, you take... If I go to the movies, say, even at a cheaper movie theater, you're looking at $20 probably just for tickets. Then you got popcorn and stuff. There's another probably $30 to go to a cheap movie theater. And then you're going out to dinner. 2 people, you have a nice dinner, $50. It's like you can rack up the charge pretty quick. And then I look at games. I can buy a $70 game. I get, even if I don't even finish it, 40, 50 hours. There's bang for your buck. There really isn't anything you're going to be doing outside of gaming that gets you that kind of return. Maybe, I guess if you consider maybe watching TV as a similar thing, but for me it's not comparable.
Weapons and armor
I don't know.
just materialize out of thin air. The Justicars have a supplier, and it isn't the Republic. You follow?
Yeah, that's the thing. You get games, extra set of remotes, accessories. Yeah, it all adds up. And this one too has got so many accessories. Not that you need to get them, but does the one thing I'm not sure about? Does the console come with a dock or no? I know the dock sold separately, for like $150, and I know this dock is not just a straight plug into the TV. It actually does do something more than that. I'm not sure what, but I was under the understanding that it is a separate purchase, but maybe not. Because my original Switch came with a dock, but then they did, after that they separated it, right? In the later years. I don't really play it docked very often, so it's not really that problem isn't that bad for me. My son does, so maybe that would be, I would have to get one. Yeah, see, mine did too. I'm not sure if this one does or not, because I know they sell it separately, but I'm not sure why. It was like $150 though, so I'm not sure.
Where else can the Justicars get what they need?
If not legally from the Republic, there's a few options. The Exchange, Separatists, even the Empire. Whoever's got the weapons runs the show. The SIS needs to know where those supplies are coming from. The Justicars control their own shipping dock, and I'm sure they keep records. I just need someone who can handle an ambush to get them.
I don't know. For me, the Switch was always just something I played handheld. Usually, I was doing something else. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it came with quite a bit of stuff. I mean, for everything I've seen on this new console, it looks pretty well made. People said it's quality. But yeah, I think it really depends on, because you can get a Steam Deck too, which I love my Steam Deck. I don't have the latest model. I have the original one. I don't use it a ton. I use it off and on. Seems like in waves. But that thing's really impressive. And you can get a lot cheaper PC games than you can Switch. But if you're about those Nintendo exclusives, then obviously you gotta go there. Steam Deck is an impressive machine. I think the OLED one's probably even better yet. I just don't really have a need for it right now.
Storming the docks might make the Justicars suspicious.
If there were another way, I'd be topside and long gone by now.
Nintendo a
Get those
weird
records
company,
to me
though,
as
that's for
soon as you
sure.
find them. You don't want to get waylaid by the Justicars.
Remember when the GameCube came out? I wanted one so bad. My buddies had one, but I never did. Played it a lot, though.
A soldier? Special forces? Oh, beautiful.
Hi, the PlayStation
baby,
1
beautiful.
instead.
Just what I need.
Which was a great
So
console.
my name's Pouse, right?
Don't get me
I'm
wrong.
a journalist. The only journalist down here who isn't afraid to dig up the truth. I'm onto something major with these Justicars. I'm gonna blow the lid on all their tyranny and oppression and show all of Coruscant what they really are.
Sounds like something I could get behind.
I'm glad you think so too, my friend. I'm working on a major scoop.
Hmm.
A clear-cut case of wrongful arrest, illegal
Yeah, I got the Wii U.
unjust
That's
execution.
actually kind of a cool
Finding it's
console.
just out of reach, though.
It's
I need a fearless hero to get that evidence.
It was quite the
I need you.
debacle when it launched. I think most people thought it was just an extension of the Switch or the original Wii. That's what I did. I thought it was like a Wii controller. I didn't know it was actually a new console for the longest time. But I have one. It's pretty cool. It's a little gimmicky, a little too bulky, the gamepad thing, but it's definitely a interesting thing. It's probably similar power-wise to the Switch, granted, because it actually has a console base to it. Yeah, it was a cool idea. I think it just needed a little more time in the oven. Switch was definitely a better way to go for them. But yeah, I have the original Switch, and then I also have bought an OLED one years later once my son took over my other one. OLED's really nice. I'm kind of upset this one doesn't, the newer Switch 2 doesn't have an OLED screen, but from everything people are saying, that LCD is really nice. Like one of the better LCD screens you can use. So at least I'm sure they'll have an OLED model eventually.
Just tell me what needs to be done, boss.
I knew you were the one. You're a fighter, baby, fighting the good fight. Raquel Lysanis, son of a wealthy family, arrested and executed without trial or explanation. He's the key to everything. The catalyst to the dirty little secret. Nobody's talking about Raquel's death. Not the Justicars, not his family, nobody. So I need the facts straight from the source, the Justicar Tower. And that's where you come in.
I'm pretty excited for the new GameCube kind of library thing they do, just like they do for the NES and Super Nintendo. On there, you can play all the old games. That'll be pretty fun. I think my son really liked that, playing through Mario Sunshine and Wind Waker. Yeah, they are similar. I think the Wii U is just a failure from a marketing standpoint. Wii U is kind of almost like a beta test for the Switch. I think they just did not sell enough of those that it's even... I don't know what the number was, but it was not high. I think it was a money pit for them.
Infiltrate, search, and seize. Understood. What will I be looking for?
Interrogation droids.
Sold so many Switches though. It's insane.
All the time, and they record everything they see. Find the droid that recorded Raquel, smash it, and yank the memory core.
What Nintendo was able to get out of a glorified like 2011 smartphone is also pretty amazing. Playing through like Odyssey and even Mario Wonder. It's a really cool game.
That sounds easy enough.
All right then. As soon as you've got the recording I need, bring it back here and we'll show.
They might be sleazy, but they're definitely make good products. I'll give them that. Now, if only they could get the Pokemon franchise up with the rest of their material. That last one might have been the last one I play. What was it? Scarlet and Violet? No, it wasn't Scarlet and Violet. Was it? Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, whatever Pokemon game was the very last one they made, that thing was a freaking joke.
Excuse me.
It ran like crap, looked like crap.
I hope.
Clunky as all get out.
They're protecting us from the Black Sun. That they're better than the gangs, but they're not. I hate them. You're really not one, right? I don't want to get in trouble, like Brayden did.
I'm not from Coruscant. I'm not in any of the gangs.
Please, can you help me rescue Brayden? He's my brother. He's only 15, but they think he's older. They say they indentured him because he broke one of their stupid curfew laws. So they lock
He's
him
an
up all day
indentured
and
servant
make him
over
see
a
the
curfew?
Black Sun all night. He's going to die.
Don't worry. I'll get your brother back.
Pop always told us to trust soldiers, but I wasn't sure after the Justicars. Thank you. To get to Brayden, you'll need some special belt they all wear. It's the only way to get past the security field where Brayden is. Please, please bring him back to me.
Okay, we had a lot of side quests here.
No
Wait,
one enforces justice like the Republic's finest. Am I right?
this is a heroic
Of course
mission.
I am. Name's Loran Gonthor, president of Gonthor Industries, finest custom metalwork on Coruscant. At least we used to be before the sacking. Once the attack began, I went off the grid. Lost my connection to the upper levels. Took elbow grease to stay afloat. Did well until those Justicars arrived. They took over my shop, kicked me out on the street.
Yeah, they haven't been great for a while, honestly. I don't remember last one I loved. They were all okay, but I don't know. They could be so much better. That's the only downside. And in any other company's hands, once they went past, I don't know, early handhelds, 90s, early 2000s, Game Freak just is not capable of a 3D Pokemon game for some reason. I'm not sure why they can't, with the money they make, why they can't hire competent developers. They're just oozing money, but seemingly struggle to make a game that runs, even looks modern. Yeah, I wish the franchise would just get given to somebody else on the 3D side of things, but I don't know. I guess the next one looks terrible too. I think I'm out. That was the breaking point. I don't know. Whatever the last one was, I remember watching the windmill. It would stutter so badly. The artifacting and the frames per second were probably 10. It was so bad.
I'm sorry you had to endure their bullying.
I'll survive. My company's another story, but it's salvageable. The Senate and such won't help.
My first one was blue. That game was awesome. I had a green Game Boy Color.
Blown away during the sacking of Coruscant.
My sister had red, and she had
and that's inside my old shop. If you get
like the
force the Senate to push the
turquoise Game Boy Color.
Your company will be back on its feet in no time.
Glad to hear it. You'll always have a friend in Gonthor Industries. Here's my personal security card. It's got an access code that will get you inside my vault. Once you're in, grab the deed and run.
Okay. Install anti-jamming device alpha. Where's that? Let's do some archaeology. I mean, I didn't not enjoy Scarlet and Violet. What was I gotta look it up. The very last Pokemon game made. Scarlet and Violet I enjoyed more than this last one. So many games. Oh wait, I'm confusing. Okay. So yeah, Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, I didn't enjoy it too much, to be honest. It was okay. I mean, I don't hate any of them flat out. They're just not. That one was just performance-wise was struggling. RCS was fun till it wasn't. Sword and Shield I might have enjoyed. I don't know, more than most. It was kind of simple. Whatever the Let's Go Eevee actually was kind of cool. I enjoyed the art style in that one and the more original feel to it. But yeah, they're not bad games, none of them. It's just if you gave it to any other company, just name any great company, they could make a game that would blow you away. Well, even Pal World is better. And it's kind of a shame, really, that they're not pushing harder. Especially Nintendo. I'm not sure why they don't. Their properties are so innovative and ahead of their time, usually, in ways they make stuff. They just don't seem to care about that franchise for some reason.
I'm just an old woman minding her own business. Haven't done nothing to no one.
I take it you're the Republic spy?
Oh, so you're my backup. About time. I'm risking my neck loitering here. Republic security needs to get its act together. Downright insulting this has taken so long.
Yeah, I took a break after... honestly, I couldn't tell you what. Eevee, Let's Go Eevee might have been the first one I came back to from a while. After the handhelds. RCS, yeah, they're all okay. But RCS is different, at least. They tried something new. It was the most probably RPG of them all, but still, that's not saying much. I don't know. I'm just mad when people defend it. And I think the last one was the first chink in their armor where people were starting to go, okay, this isn't very good. But from what it could be, from that perspective, I kind of feel bad for people, especially the hardcore fans. You could have a game that really pushes the thing forward, but I don't know. Some of those hardcore guys are just like, man, there's huge differences in these games, and they're all the same game. You know, start off in a village, talk to some guy, and you set up on your thing, but they act like there's some deep story lore going on here, and I'm just like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't get it, but I'd rather have some super immersive Pokemon RPG that's cutting edge, but if you want your 10 frames per second and windmill that struggles to turn, I guess have fun. I don't begrudge people for liking them. I just know what it could be. If you look at, I don't know, stuff CD Projekt Red makes, or it's like you could have a Pokemon game that's in the future.
The lieutenant said you never contacted him.
He's never heard of radio silence? Idiot. Look,
Idiot.
I tracked the data thieves down here, and I'm positive the Justicars took the schematics to their base. Probably to their main computer. You do realize, though, that once you take the schematics back, they'll just gather dust in some security storeroom.
The Justicars would use the schematics to hurt people.
Sure, but I'm not suggesting you let it go. Hear me out on this. My daughter runs a relief group called Undercity Assistance. They bring food and supplies to the poor in the lower levels. These schematics would help them avoid the gangs down here.
Are you asking me to give you the schematics instead of returning them?
No, not at all. Just bring the holodisk back to me after you get it, and I'll make a copy for my daughter.
Command needs to decide these issues.
That's a joke. Command. Can't even decide what uniforms to wear.
We're a good soldier, okay?
You have all the information I can give.
You're trying to guilt trip
Go
me.
pay a visit to the Justicars, and if you want that data
Also, what are you
put to good
wearing?
use, I'll be here.
I think you got your clothes in the wrong order. All right. Let's do some more archaeology inside of a building. Doesn't have to make sense. Oh, and for any of you on the Twitch side of things that are just joining, I am under the weather, which is why I may sound like a frog. Where'd you guys come from? Did you guys see that crazy helicopter crash today? That was insane. The rotor just fell off or something. I don't know what happened. It was terrible.
You're back. Thank goodness. Did you get all the devices in place?
The devices are all in place.
What a relief. I really can't thank you enough for your help. All right, let's see if these things work. They're booting up now. Synchronizing, and it's working.
That's the other thing I was going to talk
Frequencies are all
about.
clearing one by one.
You guys see those new 3D scans of the Titanic? That's so cool. I'm a big Titanic. I don't know if I call me a buff, but I've been infatuated with it as long as I've been alive for some reason. Maybe it was the movie back in the day. The two VCR special. Or VHS. VCR. VHS. But yeah, I love the Titanic. And that new scan thing they did was incredible. I think it's there's some kind of new documentary coming out on Netflix or something like that soon. Definitely gonna watch that. Let's see what else we got in the news. Nothing fun. Brawlhalla and Destiny 2 official Guardians crossover event. I don't even know what Brawlhalla is. Oh, that's a side scroll fighter. Anybody still playing Destiny 2?
Looks like it's mission accomplished.
I never could have done this without you.
Played it for a long time, but man, they made it so
Here. I could never reward you
hard for
enough
new
what
players
you've
to
done.
join.
I'll notify headquarters that the jammers are down. Thanks
Became
again for
really
your help.
bad once you couldn't even go
Mission would
back
have
and
been a
play some of the
complete
original
failure
story
without you.
content. It's like, okay. I guess that's just gone now. Game's fun, but they did a terrible job bringing in new people. Interested to see what that new marathon thing is going to be. Feel like it could be a disaster. Maybe another Concord situation. So they could not afford that. Although Bungie at least has more experience in making these types of games, so maybe that'll help them avoid that. Unless their owner just continues to buy $1 million cars.
Up and at 'em.
Oh, speaking of Pokemon, my kid was playing, randomly I walked in, he was playing Pokemon Stadium. There's a blast from the past. Played the crap out of that game. I was watching a short the other day where this girl or this mom was asking her teenage daughter about all these old terms, you know, the usual stuff. Asked her what was it? She asked her what Blockbuster was. And she said, "Oh wait, we watched a documentary on that." I was like, "Oh boy. That makes you feel old." Documentary on Blockbuster. Also, I am getting my 15 kills. If anybody's wondering why I'm just wandering in a circle. Because I got to get the bonuses. That's how I operate. Can't let it go. It's also why Assassin's Creed Shadows will probably be a 150 hour. Yeah, that's good, Josh. I'm glad. At least you're still... You're a lot younger than me, so that's good. Makes me feel better. Yeah, in my mind, Blockbuster isn't even that. I mean, like, dial-up and rotary phone, Rolodex, that stuff makes sense. I understand that. Blockbuster, I was like, that didn't seem that long ago, really, does it? But, yeah, I guess if you're 13 or that generation, that makes sense, I guess. I used to love going to rent movies. My wife and I we lived in town at one point, and it was probably a quarter mile to the store, and we just take a nice little walk. Take the dog. There was a Wendy's right next door. Stop and get Wendy's. It's nice. Get a movies. Kind of miss that in a way. It's weird. I know, I think it was Cinnamon Toast Ken. I watch his channel a lot. He was talking about that weird thing where you miss the Blockbuster, but I'm not doing 45. That's insane. You miss the Blockbuster, but if given the option, you would pick the convenience of streaming it. Yeah, it's an odd thing. Yeah, in my mind, if I was actually going to the store, video store, I'd be like, yeah, that sucks. I don't want to do that. I'd rather just stay home. I use DoorDash more than I should. It's so expensive, though. They need to... I understand somebody's got to bring your food and tip them well. I understand that. I'm a good tipper. But they got to make it, I don't know, a little bit cheaper somehow and still make their money. It almost seems like a flawed business. Kind of like a Uber, where it's not very profitable, if at all. I know Uber operated in the red for forever until they jacked up the prices. But yeah, I don't know. Just when I DoorDash something, I get, just say, a normal meal for my family, and it's like $31, and I'm like, oh my God. I mean, part of it is cost of fast food. That doesn't help. So I think that's part of the problem. When fast food thinks they're gourmet. It's crazy how it's not that much different pricing wise to eat at. Because my wife and I do that. Instead of going to fast food, we go to this family sit down local restaurant. It's the same price. And it's better food. I don't understand why McDonald's thinks they're gourmet now. Yeah, and see, that's the point. It's like, I don't know. It makes you feel terrible when it's $30 some, and it's not that far for me to go get the food, but it's just so convenient when you're like in your sweatpants. And I mean, I guess I don't have to get out of my sweatpants, but you know what I mean. The convenience is nice, but it's just, if it was like, I don't know, $8 cheaper somehow, I would be more inclined to do it. But it's not. So I don't do it very often. I mean, if you're having a party and you partake in some kind of special gummies, then it's a great option. Doesn't matter the cost. But if not, if you're completely with it, that $31 looks, whew, just for McDonald's. Yeah, I know. I don't understand why they switched to the whole, we're a business lobby now. The place looks terrible. It's just, I don't know. It used to be like the fun kid place. Now it's like you're going to a corporate warehouse. We want to be a very bland coffee shop now. That's very expensive. They're gourmet sandwiches that weren't very good. They made like, when they first did that shift, I don't know, probably 10 years plus now. I remember they had a chicken sandwich that was like this very fancy looking thing. It looked good. But then I would eat it and it was so dry. It's like suck all the saliva out of your mouth, and it needed a little something to it. But yeah, I don't eat out too much. I have those meal delivery thing. That's what I do. It's way too much money. But also the biggest problem I have with buying food from the grocery store is wasting it. So if I buy from even cooking for a meal, I'll make the meal and then have so much of it left over that I don't know what to do with it. And then I'll do it something within a couple days. A couple days go by and it's already bad. So then because my wife and I eat very different things. She's like a meat and cheese person. That's how she lives her life. It's not healthy, and I tell her she needs to eat vegetables, but yet she does every sort of medical scan, and she's the healthiest person alive. Her blood pressure's like low somehow. She'll add. She used to get a burger from whatever Wendy's, And she would open it up, put more salt on it. And I'm like, you know how much salt is in those things already? And she'd be like, well, I just want it. I like it. And I was like, whatever. I was like, it's your death. And then when we start getting older and we have to go do routine health checks for our insurance, they do her blood pressure, cholesterol, all this stuff. She's the healthiest person alive. Her blood pressure's almost too low. And they're like, you need to eat more salt. And I'm like, of course you need to eat more salt. All these years I've been telling her she needs to cut down on her salt intake. And then as soon as they say that, she looks at me. See, I told you. I always thought I needed more salt. And I was like, oh, God. Then me, right now I'm suffering from a long COVID artery nerve issue. So I can't work out like I used to. But I used to be a super mountain biking fiend and be shredded, best shape of my life. Blood pressure still be a little high. It's like, oh, come on. Do everything right. I would eat salads for every meal. And yet, nope. Genetics. They're important. My dad's the same way, though. He would, like, work out like crazy. He's 63 years old, and he's still a demon on a bike, but my mom doesn't do any of that, and she's technically healthier than him on paper. Yeah, you have to put the quotations. Although, even without the special, though, I do like a good gummy bear, though. Yeah, I know what you mean. Those McDonald's fries. Back when I was like 18, in my teens, I would just go get that sweet tea. That's just all sugar. It's so good. That's the only thing I miss about being young, outside of my young body. Just be able to eat as much as you want, no repercussions. So that's what they do with the doctor now. It was funny. One time my wife went for something and got a pain, and the doctor just told her, "Oh, you're just getting old." I was like, "Oh, what a dick! You're just old now." Yeah, I would rank McDonald's fries are the best. Then Wendy's. Maybe after that, throw a curveball. Yeah, maybe Arby's. I might throw an Arby's curly fry in there. It's unique. Guess you could. I don't know if we're gonna put in like a Culver's or something. 'Cause that's. It's technically fast food, but kind of not. We'll just stick with the main ones. I'm gonna put Burger King probably last. Yeah, just be careful not to mix those two up, Josh, because that can end badly. Yeah, you just smash it. Figuratively.
Understood.
Oh, and there's a link for the Discord in there, too. You guys missed that. Towards the top of the chat. Yeah, I think that's my official fry ranking, if anybody is wondering. You had me all the way until you got to make mint drinks. And I know you were talking about mints before, over on Ameth's Discord. I do not like mint anything. Well, I like it's weird because I like mint itself, like the leaf, but mint flavored things, no, thank you. No mint cookies, no mint shakes. I think I tolerate it more now than I used to. As a kid, I hated any kind of shamrock shake. Ugh, not my thing. I don't know why. So I like mint gum. I like mint in food. That's real mint. I don't know. Artificial mint, though. Can't do it. I love a good shake, though. Too much.
Now, I get a lawyer, embarrass the Senate if I have to, and Gonthor Industries will be back up in no time.
I keep having this argument with my wife that we need to not buy food that I like because I just eat it all. I can't stop. She tries to hide it. I find it. You can't hide it. I say, I will find it. I will search until I find it. She's like, well, just don't eat it. I was like, I can't. If it's in the house, just don't buy it. I have great willpower if it's not available to me. But if it is, it's gone. Even tries to get creative where she hides it. A coffee drink might be. I mean, I'm not going to buy it because it's probably like $10. But I feel like if I had to, that'd be a better route because the coffee might offset some of that mintiness.
All of these docks and
but
equipment.
Yeah, not a big mint guy. I'm glad you like it though. Apparently a lot of people do. I remember Shamrock Shakes, people would kill each other for them. I was like, you guys need to control yourselves. What are we doing? Defeat Justicars. I think of Justicar. I think it's just this year. Baldur's Gate. And Shadowheart. She's that voice actor. I think her name is, what is it, Jennifer English? I believe. She's voicing a new character in a game coming up pretty soon. I don't remember what the game is though. Looks kind of cool. Yeah, that's how I do. I'm usually up late at night too, so I'm one of those bad, like before bed, just have a snack. It's like a whole meal. Well, the problem is I used to work out so much it didn't matter. I could always offset it. Now that I can't work out until this issue is taken care of, I gotta really pay attention more. It sucks. I hope my wife will do maybe if we have time this weekend. We'll start the Jedi series with her. She'll be a little shy, but she'll come out of her shell. I think she'd like this game. She's big into task-oriented things. She's the best person to have in Minecraft, too. All she likes to do is mine, so. See, I'm not actually big on oatmeal cream pies either. So, I had to make sure I put oatmeal in front of that. So that way somebody would clip that. But, yeah, I don't care much for any Little Debbie type of product. I guess I'm kind of a snob. I loved them when I was a kid. I ate way too much of them. I was a pudgy little kid. But I don't know. Now I think I'm more snobbish. Like if I'm going to eat a donut, I want a Josh made bakery donut. I don't want no Little Debbie packaged donut. I just won't. That doesn't even appeal to me. I have that sort of willpower where it's not just anything. But I don't know. Twinkies, that kind of thing. Just some point in my life, I just hit a point where it's like, doesn't sound good anymore. I used to love honey buns. My jam. Those little ones with the white frosting. Ooh. Now it sounds terrible. Back then. Ooh, those little pies they would sell. Had the filling in them. That had all the trans fats before those were banned. Oh, those were good. That's probably what they'll find in my arteries when I die. It'll just be pie filling from 1998. Still worth it though. I think once I reach a certain age, it's just going to be all the bad food and special gummies. That's just how I'm going to live my life. Minecraft is fun. I was Mr. Gamer, too good for Minecraft. It's a child's play game. And then I tried it. Changed my life. My wife's too. She wasn't a gamer at all until Minecraft. That was her first real... She was a Watch The Bachelor and Love Island while I gamed kind of person. But yeah, she loved Minecraft. And then she got into Fallout 76 and she really loved that. And I did too. We had a great time in there. I'll just add to mine Discord. Let's hop in Discord, see what Kyle's got to say. Which monitors are going to come on? All right, let's see. Hello? Oh, hello? Oh, wrong one. I can hear you. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Oh, good. We'd like fun, Kyle. Welcome to the stream. Oh. We got a lot more than just Josh here, but also, you need to put your headset on. I immediately kill your fun. Oh, or just turn it down. I can hear myself echoing back. Hey, sometimes you gotta make sacrifices. Get back on my chat. But yeah, we've been talking Storm tonight. We've had some good conversations. Josh, you better set some questions up for Kyle. Sounds like he's had some special candy. Oh wait, hold on. Can't hear Kyle. Let me. Well, I can hear you. Let me see if they can hear you. No, they can't. Okay. Now they should be able to hear you. Yeah, I had it muted. Well, I had Discord muted, not me, but it wasn't active right now. If I'm using something, I just turned it off. But yeah, you should be good now. How are you? It's weird talking to you when I'm awake. Nice. Big responsibility, though, isn't it? That's a good answer. I like that. What's your Darth name? I'm Darth Knox. Oh, you're just the Emperor? That's fine. I can just call you that. Still no Kyle? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let me do something. Let me do something. Let me do some magic behind the scenes here. All right, Kyle, talk now.
Talking now. How about now?
Okay, now you should hear Kyle.
Oh, excellent.
Josh, confirm or deny that you can hear Kyle. Sorry, I wasn't expecting company.
Well, if you expect the unexpected, you're never surprised, Zach.
That's true. I wasn't surprised.
So I decided to sit atop of my heated blanket tonight instead of below it. And I have to say, this is a sound decision.
Might get the ass sweats, though.
It's Florida. It's going to happen anyway.
True. How swampy is it over there?
Actually, today was beautiful. Very breezy, kind of crisp.
You haven't got the humidity sink in yet?
Oh, no. It's here. It's just yet today was nice. That's all.
He said his answer was, who's his favorite villain? He said himself.
All right. I did. That is correct. I said I am because I'm a bad dude in Star Wars.
He's a bad boy.
I'm a naughty Star Wars man.
I think you're going to like playing a bounty hunter. I'm having a good time with that.
Oh, they put the base back together. That's so cool. Well, now what the fuck do I do?
Hey, watch your mouth.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I don't know if it really matters, but I've actually got pretty good at not swearing now.
The question remains. Now what do I do?
What are you talking about?
Alliance. Defined. No. That. Yes.
Does most of your hatred for Bane just stem from the last Christian Bale movie?
No, actually, that's one of my favorite versions. I think I really like Tom. Yeah, I really like Tom Hardy and Bane. No, my issue never been The Dark Knight Rises. I thought, in a lot of ways, The Dark Knight Rises was a stronger movie than Batman Begins, which I consider to be the best story out of the three. And obviously, it gets confusing because obviously the best all around is number two. But yeah, they're all better than each other in different ways. But no, my issue has never been Tom Hardy's Bane or that version of the character. It has always been comic book version of Bane irritates me because he's overhyped. And he's overhyped because he's like, oh, Bane broke the bat. And I was like, yeah, he physically broke Batman, but he never broke Batman's spirit. The dude managed to overcome a broken back, and then he went back and beat Bane. And the only reason Bane beat Batman to begin with is because he wore him down over the course of like months. He threw literally every villain out of Arkham he threw at Batman. And Batman was just like a week straight not sleeping. And then he got sick. And then after all this crazy stuff with the Joker happened, which you know is never a great day, then Bane decides to confront Batman. And you're like, it's like getting a phone and never raising the battery above 2% and then complaining about the battery. It doesn't make sense why he's revered as this great villain, because all the encounters subsequently that Batman has had afterwards, he usually beats Bane really, really quickly. You know, he either cuts off the Venom tube, or he outsmarts him somehow, or he gets him to OD on his toxin. It's crazy. No, I don't like the version of Bane in the comics.
God, I forgot what the question was.
He's a bad character.
He's a bad man.
he's a such shifty villain. Yeah.
Glad you got it all out.
I told you. I feel better now, actually. It feels good to finally like put that into the universe. I don't know if I've ever really broken it down so seriously before. You know what version of Bane I do like? Arkham Origins. That is a good version of Bane. And that one, he is really... I mean, he's just more physically challenging. That one's believable, that he's just like... Because the story arc in that, how he manipulates Batman, invades the Batcave, beats Alfred within an inch of his life. That is... Oof, that's a good Bane.
I haven't played Arkham Origins in a long time.
Oh my god, dude. It is worth the replay.
Of course you would say that.
Yeah. I think it's better than Arkham Knight. I said it.
What?
I think Arkham Origins is better. Okay, no, hear me out. I'm not talking like game fluidity. I'm not talking about how it performs. I'm talking the story. I think the story's better than Arkham Knight.
Okay. Yeah. I can see it from... I just think the gameplay of Knight is so much better, though. That's what kind of trumps it.
Yeah, I mean, they perfected their engine in it. There's no doubt about it. Arkham Knight is so smooth. And, oh, yeah, no. Arkham Knight is unbeat in that category. Gameplay and mechanic it's unmatched. But it's their culmination game. It's the best thing they ever made. Like, it still holds up all these years later. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But no, I think the story... I think the story in Arkham Origins was better, and I think the caliber of villains, as far as like boss fights, I thought that was better.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Joker, Troy Baker is Joker. You know, he's not Mark Hamill, but he's the next best thing. I'm telling you, he's just...
Yeah, Troy Baker's an amazing man. He's
so talented, bro. It's incredible. It's like
you
the
would,
Sam
you would
Witwer
think
of
there's only so many
video
things he
games.
could do, but he keeps surprising me each time.
Yeah.
Yeah, his indie role was something.
That's, I mean, he sounds
So much
it's
like him, it
crazy
was
how
scary.
close. I know it's crazy.
And then you hear him talk normal, and you're like, where did that come from?
Yeah. And then you hear him do, because he could do Batman and Joker, and that's crazy too. Zach,
Hmm.
did I tell you I've played Arkham Shadow? I have a Quest 3. Did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah.
Wait, start over. You played Arkham Shadow.
On the yeah, I have a Quest
the
3.
Quest
I
3.
played Arkham Shadow. Yeah.
Huh.
Dude.
But
It's awesome.
when'd you go to Quest 3?
Like a little while ago. I can't believe we haven't talked about it.
You bought Quest 2 or the Quest? You actually bought a Quest 3?
Yeah, like
Why?
like a little while ago to play Arkham Shadow.
Oh, yeah. I knew you were talking about it. I didn't think you'd actually do it.
What? How have we not?
I don't know. Well, I know we talked about playing Arkham Shadow, and I was thinking about buying one, but I was like, just for that seems a little excessive.
Yeah, no, you pushed because you said you were gonna do it, and I was like, I can't let Zach play a Batman game that I haven't played. So we made it happen, and yeah, it's awesome, dude.
Well, now that you have, okay, so we'll get to the Arkham Shadow. This is a good conversation topic. But Quest 3, how is it better than the 2? Do you like it?
In like every way.
Is it more comfortable to wear significantly?
Yes.
Like you can wear it and not feel like it's falling off your head.
It's lighter.
Hurts your head.
It's lighter.
Nice. What do you use it for now?
What don't you use it for? If you wanted to play, I haven't tried it yet, but like I could mirror my computer screen onto a headset and be playing this game on a movie theater screen right now.
And it would actually be comfortable enough to do that?
Yeah, I've done it with India, and that's the other thing too, is it's basically a second Xbox. I played Indiana Jones on it, on like a big old movie theater.
Cool. Maybe because the Quest 2, I always found just cumbersome and hurting my head enough. It wasn't bad, but it was just enough irritant that I didn't want to use it.
It's better in every way, and it has this it's got this, so you know how like you're in your main menu, and like there's like a digital background, like be it the forest or the campground or the space station or whatever. You know how the Quest 2 did that?
Mm-hmm.
Like it built that digital environment for you. There's a button that makes it so it's all just like Tony Stark heads up displays, and you can see about your room. I'm not meaning like that 3D heat vision thermal black and white. I mean like in color, you can see your room, and all your screens just turn into like a holographic display above it.
What's promising?
Wouldn't
they fit my big head?
It's insane. Yeah, it's insane, dude.
I got a big head.
I have a smaller head.
Oh, that's good review. Maybe I'll have to buy it now. Because I was kind of like, I don't know if I'd use it enough outside of just that, but there are a couple games that look pretty promising, and I could probably set it up to stream somehow. No, you can. So maybe I will take the plunge. Okay, now tell me about Shadows.
All right,
Shadow
so
or Shadow? Shadows.
Shadow. Arkham Shadow. Singular Shadow.
Shadow.
So there is hold on. I lost my train of thought. Give it to me just a second.
There is something.
The anticipation. And now I'm excited. Tell me what there is, Dak. What do you want to know about it?
I feel like you just completely lost your mind for a second. Your factory reset.
You know, that best describes what just happened.
I'm gonna tell you all about it, but what do you want to know about it?
Let's chat.
Let's go with so how's the gameplay?
Arkham has developed a free flow combat style that's very distinctive, and you wouldn't think it possible, but they transitioned it seamlessly into virtual reality. You move as you attack. So every time you go to punch something, you move to the thing you're punching. And if you're on the thing you're punching, you can stun it with your cape. You can hit it with a batarang. You've got gadgets built into your gauntlets that you can physically retrieve to, like your gas pellets in your gauntlet. You can throw that, but you have to take it out of your thing. Like, it is almost as revolutionary to gaming as Arkham Asylum was to game combat. It is, I mean, I don't want to sound like it's the future thing, but oh my God, dude. Like, that is the new standard for any caliber game coming out. I don't know how they did it, but they did it. So everything you could do on a controller, you can do with your hands.
Is it you go to an area, you kind of stop, fight some things in like a
no
area, and then move on to the next area? It's
as open world as the Arkham games are.
Is it a free moving?
Okay. It's like, okay, hold on. Now I don't want to say something that isn't true. Okay, so it's not, you at no point are going to fly around our Gotham City in this game. It's more like Asylum, where you're inside the vast majority of the time. You're not outside, so there is no buildings but you swing from gargoyle to gargoyle, just like you would on a combat map. But you also explore how you explored a building, or how you explored the Batcave in Arkham Origins. It's a small map with free roam. It doesn't transition to you. It's not like a mobile phone game where it just transitions you automatically. No, you walk, you're crawling through ducts in the building just like you did in Arkham Asylum. You're crawling through, actually you're in Arkham Asylum. You're crawling through the heat vents, you're pulling down walls with your grapple, and you're actually pulling on your grapnel to bring the walls down. You're punching with your hands, and you're exploring different corners of every room. It's just the exact same way.
How do you move, like, say, around a room? Is it point and click, or is it free joystick moving?
It is not point and click. You can, like a controller, move your thumb up on the little thumb pad and move like you would, or you can walk there, or you can do both. Because you can walk freely in the room inside your personal boundary. And you know, the safety grid will come up in your game still if you get too close to the edge and, you know, you're going to run into a wall or something. I've punched my knuckles on the garage doors more times than I can count. It hurts every time. Every single time, Zach, it hurts. And, or when one time I got really enthusiastic during a boss fight, and I fell over my bike.
Nice.
Yep. The wall of boxes saved me, but it still hurt.
You're really getting into it.
It really hurt, Zach.
You get real pain.
Oh
in
yeah,
this game.
no, that's the other thing, is this game is exhausting. Like, I don't need it to, like, the punching. You're gonna be moving your arms. You're gonna be. It's not like you should know boxing or anything before you start. It's not like you need to know jiu-jitsu before you start. It's got like the combat in Telltale. You know how it would give you an
Mhm.
arrow and you'd have to move left or right, or you'd push A
Yeah.
or whatever. Except it gives your hands the targets like Beat Saber.
So I'm not going to have the issue I had with Blade and Sorcery with the free movement making me
No,
very, very
you're
sick.
not going to have that. You're not going to have the motion sickness issue because when you move, and only when you're running, it. You know how an old camera lens just kind of opens and closes like a shutter?
Yep.
So the faster you walk or run, the edges fade to black and give you tunnel vision. So you never really, it's like going from widescreen to full screen. You never really lose sight of anything in the room. But the tunnel vision prevents the motion sickness. I never was able to play Blade and Sorcery longer than like a minute and a half before it would make me so quick, so sick, so fast.
Yeah, same here.
And this, like seriously ill. I have to sit down and just like recover sick. And this game I played until my battery ran out, and I never got ill. I got tired because of all the punching and moving and then bending to tear crates off the walls and arching to look left or right for a grapple point or something like that, or dodging and countering and everything you do in a Batman game. Like I got physically tired from that, but I never got sick from the motion sickness.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That was part of my worry.
Yeah, no, this game is so good. It's so crazy. Like story-wise, I'd say in the entire Arkham franchise, it's probably the weakest just because it's not as high stake, not because it's written badly or you know, some things are written badly or that like the plot was somehow lacking or anything like that. No, like it's just the stakes are not as high. There's a basic countdown to an event happening, but the event isn't anything apocalyptic like it had been in previous games. You know, there's no fear gas. But there is one boss where it's kind of like I'm not going to give it away. It's kind of like a dark version of you, kind of like Yoda's dark side thing. And you do fight it, and you kind of fight it inside of a maelstrom, and it walks in and out of the storm and then like jumps out and attacks you for a little bit. And you can hear the footsteps walking like surround sound walking around you. So it's
cool.
It's a scary fight because it does this a couple of times and then it turns into a kaiju.
Nice.
And you have to do and then you got to do some cool battering stuff. But like this is probably one of the funnest experiences I've ever had with an Arkham game. And I say that having played the Arkham franchise so many damn times.
And we know.
And
I know.
I know. Yeah, I think everybody knows how I feel about that game, that series. But like, oh my gosh, I can't speak highly enough about Arkham Shadow, man. I would highly recommend.
I have no idea how you did not mention this one time.
I can't believe we haven't talked about it.
I mean, this is a you problem, but you think like that would have been a very good. Guess what?
I thought
Apparently
we
not.
did. But yes,
not
play
cool
Arkham
enough.
Shadow.
All right, I'll play it. That's good. I was actually hoping to get some real feedback from a person. I didn't think that would be you, but I'm glad it is.
Well, good. I'm glad.
Usually it's the other way around. Usually I'm convincing you to do something.
I on a personal level cannot tolerate being out Batman. It would make me very, very sad.
I just also find it funny the amount of money you spent to make sure you weren't out Batman.
Well, I think it was a guilt buy. I laid it on pretty thick, so.
Well, that's fine. I'm all about that. Or I just do it. I don't even ask.
You know,
And then I
what
just
works
do no,
for you guys?
here's my
What works
thing.
for you guys?
I buy it and then I just say, and then she goes, "How much was it?" And I go, "How much do you think it was?" And then she says some really high number, and then I go, "No, it wasn't that bad." And it's like half of that big number, and then it seems fine. How about how you frame it?
Well,
and I just said, at least
what
it's not
works for
another
you
bike.
guys?
It's all right. There's an unspoken truth is I get to buy what I want, and then I let her do all her couponing and glitch buying because that's just her hobby. And I get tired of all those packages arriving. So I let her continue doing that just for funsies, apparently. I don't know how that's fun for somebody, but I don't question it.
Oh, excuse me. Perhaps it's the feeling of success.
I don't know. It made sense back when we were broke, but now it's just, I don't understand it because we don't even need half the stuff she's getting. Just thrill of the get, I guess.
The thrill of the hunt.
Maybe that's just how it is with me and Etsy. Or you sending me books.
I am not going to apologize. We are going to book club that. We are going to watch.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That looked pretty cool.
What was it called? Something of Evil? Master of Evil. That's what it was.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool. I honestly just bought both of them just for the covers. Just because it's going to be a great piece in the room. But I also want to read it so badly. The Revenge of the Sith one I bought just for the cover. The other one was like...
Well, yeah, that's... Really they advertise it as a keepsake edition. I don't think it's actually changed much, has it?
I don't
original?
think so. From what I read, I think it's the same, but I'm also not entirely sure. I have to look that up. I think that one comes out in October, maybe. And then I'm gonna have the books arriving that I forgot I even bought. Be like the Pip-Boy all over again.
That dude was totally checking me out just now. That's right, man. I am Batman.
That's a nice time when you catch him checking you out, and then you move slightly, and you're there like, oh, whoops, you're not AFK.
Hey, I do get some occasional people, and I imagine that they're in their outlet. Oh man, that's Batman. Just
yeah, you do have a lot of Batman.
Someone's doing it again. Yes, sir. Yes, that's right. I am Batman.
I said that was my favorite thing to do in Fallout 76, was just stand there by the new player thing and with my power suit off. And then as soon as they were checking me out, I would turn the evil red eyes on and act like I'm going to slaughter them. And then I would just drop them some candy. It was great. I did that for like an hour. Like I was telling the people of Twitch and YouTube, I'm going to try to get, I think Tracy started this weekend. Her character.
Ooh.
If we have time.
Oh man, I don't know if it was a glitch or what, but I fought the whole final chapter of Eternal Throne. So you basically, there's a story reason for why you have 2 followers. And my second dude, didn't equip his guns the entire fight and was fist fighting everybody. You know how freaking hard that made the Vela fight? Oh my god, she killed me 4 times. I was getting so pissed, and I was like, what the heck? Why isn't this working? And yeah, it's because my guy's been fighting with he's been fisticuffing all night long.
You will do exactly as I say.
I bet that would have made some cool video.
I'm not one of your lock-stepping
yeah.
clowns. This part of
Welcome back, Josh.
End of discussion. How dare you?
How dare you?
Intruders! Put those blasters on the
Gave
floor,
all my
son.
guys matching
Nice and
outfits.
Nice.
So cool.
I got my trooper. He's got a new kit on. He looks pretty cool.
I like it when they all look uniformed.
It's over, Cardin.
You, the imps, Tavis.
You're all
Except I don't know what to
down.
do next.
Not gonna happen, soldier. Now drop that
really
weapon
bugging me.
before a Havoc badge.
I don't
Do
know
your
how
next
to start
expansion.
the next mission.
No.
From your ship.
You must be the new recruit Tavis told me about.
Ship. Oh,
You
that's how I
survived
got
after
into
all.
this
Can't say I'm
pickle. Okay.
surprised, honestly. Havoc always did recruit the best.
I'm a little
Yeah,
upset that one of my
that,
companions is just gone.
that little terminal thing in front of your hollow table, that's got all the expansions. I think in order too.
Darn it. Figure out how to get out of here. Oh.
Surrender.
Here.
This will all go much easier for you.
Here.
You are persistent, soldier. I'll give you that. I'm impressed.
I do like how the
Nobody
Alliance
would send
base is
someone
set up
after
in
me
a
so
cave.
quickly. After all these years, Garza still
Yeah,
hasn't lost her
that's
edge.
pretty cool.
What are you waiting for, Cotton? Kill the whelp!
Because I'm Batman.
Or do you lack
I
the
like
true
caves.
resolve to fight for the Empire?
My loyalty is to Tavis, not to your empire and not to anyone else. You want the trooper dead? You take care of it.
Well,
I don't
yes.
kill good
I will
soldiers.
accept
I'm
3,000
heading down to the works to
and
make sure
11
everything is
credit.
prepped.
Thank you.
You won't escape me for long, Cardin.
Do yourself a favor and die now, soldier, before you get in any deeper over your head.
Open fire, men!
This is from the Grandmaster.
You're going down.
Yeah, I'm really liking this alternating character deal. Really keeping my streams fresh. Every other day kind of thing. And I think once Tracy jumps, I'm assuming Tracy's going to want to be a Jedi just based on her goody two-shoes nature. So that'll give me my excuse to start my Jedi character. Holocom.
Come in, Lieutenant. Is it my imagination, or were those Imperial soldiers you just fought?
No mistake, sir. These were Imperial commandos.
Imperial soldiers in uniform operating on the lower levels of Coruscant, and Republic security knows nothing about it? Incredible. We need to learn more about this link between
So when I
the
took the
Justicars
throne,
and the
I had a
Empire.
dark
If they're
side or
hosting our
a light
enemies,
side
they might have
option.
some useful information
Of
for
course,
us.
you know, sticking with my rule, I chose the dark side option. And now I think I'm at war with the Empire and the Republic.
Well, you might be the emperor of your own little rock after a while. You and like a volleyball or something, you'll be crazy in a cave and don't talk back to me, Wilson.
I've got the eternal throne in my basement, bro. We're good.
That's all you need.
We're
You're not
good.
the emperor of anything but a throne, but that's all you want.
I got the big chair, dude.
Got the big chair of my ship.
I got the
my slave.
I got the shiny chair. I do. I saved her. I made the right choice. I saved my slave.
So is that your girlfriend or what?
Nah, I'm with the blonde now. My other wife, she just disappeared. I skipped 2 chapters and now she's just gone forever.
Oh.
I'll see what I can find out.
Yeah, actually.
Where should I
go to
start looking?
companions.
Surveillance shows that
So
the
under
Justicars have their
unavailable
primary computer
companions,
terminal
it's like
in
my
that
entire
base.
original
Find the
crew except for
necessary
Vet,
access card and
because she's
activate
in
that
this
computer.
chapter.
They might come back
Technicians can then slice
because he did
in
things out of
and
order. That's
uncover
why.
everything the Justicars and Imperials have been up to.
So Jasa Williams, my apprentice / wife, says, has dropped out of contact while you were frozen in carbonite. Her current whereabouts are unknown. So it just kind of stays with the story. But yeah, like, I've
Yeah.
moved on. I've got a new girlfriend now.
Yeah, I've moved on. Then
It's
she's
like-
gonna come back and be like, "What the hell?"
I'm really concerned I'm going to end up in some kind of weird polyamorous Sith murder
She was the one that
triad.
She was the one that was gonna go after them in her sleep, right? The one that was really crazy.
Oh, yeah, she's a straight psychopath. She's like, Master, I
Yeah,
love
she's
the
like
way
wrote
you
you
make
all
me
those
feel.
stories.
And when we kill people together. And like, she is a psychopath.
Yeah, you might end up
She's
in
like a
pickle here.
self-aware Harley Quinn.
Or you make them fight each other for your love. Well, maybe not love, but whatever you call
In
it.
front of the throne! Yes!
That's the only way this can end.
Yes. It's the only way. It is the only way. It is your destiny. Dude, I watched these AI generated Star Wars scenes now, which are really cool because they're like Anakin and Obi-Wan talk to Luke, or like Vader talks to Darth Bane. But I came across one earlier that was Emperor Palpatine talks to Valkorion, and it's just like a 5-minute battle of wits between the two of them as they just mutually diss each other slowly. It's so
those are getting
cool.
really good. I don't like AI for a lot of things, but that's one place it does have its uses.
Yeah, I'm good with it now, man.
I don't like it with like when you have a national disaster or something. People make those fake things that look legit.
Yeah.
That's really annoying, but outside of that, I'm loving the one that's pulling these shorts for me. That thing is incredible. The AI video generator thing. It's insane. It subtitles everything. It pulls what it thinks are the best clips, and they usually are the best clips. And I'm like, how are you doing this in a matter of like 10 minutes? That one short I posted like the other day when I was just trying to kill my own guys was like 5,000 views or something. I'm like, I'm gonna let this thing keep cooking. Yeah, AI is getting better. It's scary, but cool. I saw James Cameron say something about that the other day. He was talking about how if big budget movies are to survive, they need to cut their budgets in half, and he's looking to like use AI to help cut costs without laying off any of his people though at the same time, which seems like a hard thing to accomplish, but yeah, I don't know. We're gonna live through the AI, whatever you're gonna call it, judgment day, where somebody's either gonna have to make a decision on it or just let it run loose, and lots of people will be out of work.
I'm choosing to look at it like a Star Trek kind of way instead of in every other franchise. You know, we're gonna just live in harmony with the murder bots we're inevitably gonna build, and you know, they're gonna be happy to like cut our grass for us and like take all of our jobs so we can all just stop working and go to brunch every now and then, you know?
Brunch. I like brunch. I'm a big brunch guy.
I love a brunch. You know, yeah, me too, man.
Might make it sound older, but I like a brunch. 10:30 pancakes. Ooh. Yes, please. Oh, did you see I know people, he's very divisive. Love him or hate him. Star Wars 3 was talking about that second episode of Vader. Looks like it's coming along.
I'm sorry, say that again. What?
Star Wars Theory was talking about his second episode of the Vader thing he's making.
Oh, with Mace Windu?
Yeah, it just looks... He was talking about the money he's lost making this thing with people scamming him or just straight up stealing his money. It was like $100 and some $1,000, and I was like, oh my god. And he's still going on with this thing. He's talking about being offered like millions in sponsorships, but I don't know if he said he turned them down or what. Because he wants this thing to be what he wants it to be. Oh, it's insane with the production value on that thing. I think it's coming out this year, late this year maybe.
You know, I just watched Mace Windu on
Just watch what? You trailed
Mace
off.
Windu. Sorry. Mace Windu not long ago.
Yeah, all that stuff is so good. This one looks like it's going to be insane. The production quality looks like he's even upped it. When does the Andor come out? Is it May?
Right after Star Wars Celebration, I think.
That's what I thought. So yeah, we'll have to figure out what week we need to, because we'll probably have to do our season 1 episode before we finish the Clone Wars retrospective. Time-wise, it's already April. But yeah, I think that's gonna be fun having a new current show to talk about. It's gonna be fun. Looking forward to that.
Me too. Oh, Zach.
And the Tales show, whenever that comes out.
I am so excited for Star Wars Celebration because supposedly we're getting our first trailer for the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. And we're going to get a new show announcement from Star Wars Animation.
Yeah, that's what I'm most excited about. I don't know about the Mandalorian movie. I'm still kind of wondering what they're going to do with that. But
I can tell you what I wanted them to do with that. I wanted them to combine the Mandalorian and Grogu movie with whatever plot line was hatching with Ahsoka and Thrawn. That's what I wanted. I wanted it to all bleed together because they happen at the same time.
Did you see
I
the
wanted
leaks,
to see
leaks for Ahsoka too? Like rumored leaks?
No.
Some
No, I
crazy
haven't.
stuff they're talking about. Like as far as
Tell me.
people. Well, they're talking about, and I don't know if any of this is true. This is just what some people have said. And so they said Anakin's probably going to be in it a lot. They're talking about Obi-Wan being in it. And also Anakin might be taking up the mantle as the father in this. And taking the role he declined. Which would be very interesting.
I told you the Mortis line was cool.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more of that. They said in it. They're talking about Sam Witwer being in it. He's going to reprise his role
As the son?
Uh-huh.
Actually, I did see that rumor not long ago.
And that will be definitely going all in on that, which is good because they need to make a commitment. They either need to let it go or just go all in, which they got to make. I'd be happy either way. I don't like it where it sits kind of like in between, where it's like, is it canon? Is it not? Because it's like, I don't know. I don't like that when they kind of introduce something and then don't really expand on it, and then people have to kind of wedge it in. But this would be good if they go all in on that. That would be cool. And if he does take up the mantle as a father, that'd be pretty sweet. And then there's talking about Obi-Wan. Qui-Gon might be in it. So you're going to have the whole repertoire of Force shows.
Excuse me, sorry. Shiitake mushrooms.
I mean, you already said it. So.
Oh, my bad.
You're all right.
I don't know how
fine.
I don't know how these rules work.
I don't either.
Okay. So do you remember the son had a beast form? It was like a giant werebat, like a dire bat.
Mm-hmm.
You imagine seeing that thing in real life?
Yeah, I'm kind of scared of that part. I hope they really try. As if it's like crappy animation. Like Ahsoka suffered from some bad animation at points, and I'm hoping they at least up the budget on that. If they do CGI, they got to start trying a little harder.
Yeah, they need to tap into that George Lucas level General Grievous CGI.
Yeah, that would be sweet though if done right. Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
all of it if done right would be great. But yeah, there's a lot of things for Ahsoka too.
That's the thing that bugs me about some of the new Star Wars stuff. Like I know TV shows and movies have a different budget. I mean, I don't know exactly by how much, but like they did more with less when George Lucas did it. And like, I'm not trying to compare, 2005's graphics with, or tech with today's 2025
VFX stuff. Yeah.
I'm not trying to compare that quality of that VFX. I'm saying they proportionally did more with less when Lucas was making them. And they did
even take that to YouTubers. I mean, the YouTubers are making stuff that's it's not like, perfect, but it's as good as sometimes as Disney, and it's one guy and his computer.
Like if you just hire people that aren't cheap, but hire people that are passionate, that are willing to just pour their. I mean, look at Godzilla -1. Like just a small group of people willing to put the time and effort and energy into something they're passionate about, instead of just like this guy was cheapest. It's
like who was the director on Ahsoka? It was some random nobody, right? Or was that the Obi-Wan show? Sorry.
Deborah Chow, yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's
director
like
with like hardly
why?
well,
Nothing against
certainly no
Deborah.
successes.
Well,
No,
I'm not
yeah,
okay.
nothing
There is
against her, but
well, I
like
do have something against her now that Obi-Wan show was a mess, so I do blame her for that, or at least
I
partly.
blame her for final. I blame her for final say on the editing floor.
But if you're the director for the marquee show like that they had to know that was going to be one of their hardest hitting shows. They get some person that has no credits of anything. And I'm not saying that you have to have somebody that is a big name necessarily. You can go with a no name if, say, whatever, Dave or whatever says, this is the person. We need, trust me, this is the person. This could be their big break. But I don't know. She didn't show anything in that show that was promising.
Yeah. I just expect more. And
well, that's the thing. People always think like we're ripping on this stuff, but it's kind of my same thing I said about Pokemon. It's the franchise. It's like expectation should be higher by the fan base. That's the thing. It's not like they have the money, they have all the tools to make something better, and people don't need to defend something that's subpar or even like okay. It's just, I mean, you don't need to rag on everything and need death threats. That's ridiculous, but you don't need to accept or try to like defend crap when it's crap. It's like it's clear it's not great.
I've been thinking about this a lot, dude. And like I was thinking about like how adamantly I would defend like I used how I used to defend the crap out of Last Jedi. I tried to argue the movie's merits from like a cinematic approach and all kinds of stuff, but eventually I just realized that like no, I was straight wrong. That movie is trash. And like I don't want to be grateful because I get to have another Star Wars. I want to be wowed by Star Wars. I don't want to be grateful because I get another Batman movie. I want to be wowed by a Batman movie. I'm sick of that mindset that like we should be grateful for what we're getting. Like, no, don't give me crap and ask me to thank you for it.
Like Ahsoka, it has good moments, and that's not to say like you can't take like the Anakin Ahsoka fight was great. But the rest of that show was pretty meh, and it just some people are like, well, it's Dave's project, so we need to defend Dave at all thing. And I flat out said I don't know if Dave's capable of doing live shows. That was not a good showing by him. Up until that point, I had all the faith in Dave to make great things because he nailed almost everything he's ever made. But that was the first time I was like, I don't know, maybe he's just not a live action dude because that was not the quality of the Clone Wars show. And even if you can pick good moments from it, it's not like it was a very meh, forgettable show, and it ruined one of my most hyped characters in a way. And it's just the lack of subpar choreography is a major issue in these series. I'm tired of people defending the crap and trying to come up with lore reasons why it's crappy. It's like, okay, come on. I get why, like, say, Sabine fighting is not very good because she's not trained. Hardly. That makes sense. But when it's like, you're telling me they can't do better choreography, and when they have the original choreography guy that did Revenge of the Sith and all the other movies available, and they choose not to use him for somebody else, it's baffling as to why. Because you get Hayden Christensen back, and you immediately see the level that it could be. Hayden's not the greatest actor in the world, but he is one of the best.
No, he's next level. Dudes. He's a sword master. Yeah.
Yeah, and you see that even when he came on screen there for that one fight, even though Rosario Dawson she's pretty average to below average even at times in that show. Hayden made up with it so well. Just seeing that form, it's like, okay, this is what we need to be at. And you watch all this clanky, crappy, or you get the opposite, like you were talking about the Acolyte, which I haven't watched yet, but you're saying that it has great saber fights. But then why is it we can't make a show that's any good? It seems it shouldn't be either ors, but people are just. I think less people are defending it than ever, but I don't know. It's just like animation shouldn't be the only way to save Star Wars, but apparently it is. It seems like everything great is just on the animated side or novel side. Live action is just
but it's
so far behind.
It's not even that because the animation itself is starting to turn and it's starting to focus more on a deep emotional type narrative. Of story. It's been that way since Clone Wars season 6. And the thing is, I like Tales of the Empire is a perfect example of what I'm trying to say because like I was really hyped for like an action-packed, Clone Wars style type show. Clone Wars style isn't just an animation. It's a form of how it's a format for each episode. And there's a high expectation of combat in the animated series because that's what they gave us for 7 seasons. And so it's very clear that these are continuations of that, but they're switching it and they're changing it, and we're getting these dramas instead of fun action-packed shows. And so even the animation is starting to take a hit. It's bonkers.
Sounds like a plan,
Yeah.
General.
Cardin could help now. Good luck.
Sorry,
I don't know, man. I really just, I wish we could have our cake and eat it too. I mean, you're spending all this money on it. Why can't we make it happen?
Stand by for examination.
Yeah, and it's just spending money. If the rumored amount that they spent 80 million on Kenobi and over 200 million plus on Andor, why? I'm not saying Andor is a bad show. I love Andor, actually. It's a great show. But if you're telling me they should have spread 200 million should have been spent on Kenobi, they should have been 500 million. There should have been no limit to the budget on that show because that was the most hyped show they could make. And yet they seem to they seem to throw money at projects like Andor, which why did that get 200 million? If anything, that would be a risky show to make because you're not having any Jedi, you're not having any lightsaber fights. That would seem like the riskier proposition, but yet they're just like, okay, 200 million for this. We're gonna make a big, awesome cinematic, well constructed sets and do a great thing here, which is fine. But then on the flip side, you can't do it at Kenobi and just give them a shoestring budget, and they have to put all their money in the last 10 minutes of the show. And that was clear that they did that. All that money went into the last segment, and then you have stuff like Leia running, and which is not acceptable and never should be acceptable by anybody. And I don't understand their finances and how they're allocating money for these projects, or why unless the people running these shows are just they're favored more by the brass. I have no idea, because that doesn't make any sense why Andor would get that kind of budget, even though I like the show. I want more Jedi Sith stuff. I don't want more Andor. I like Andor and I want Andor to exist, but that's not what I want them to make. I want them to make a Luke show or anything else, really. There's so many things I could make before I would get to something like Andor. And it can exist.
Our Darth Maul show, our Darth Sidious show.
Why are they so hesitant to use characters that people like? It just baffles me. It's like they're scared to make these shows, and I don't know why, because even if they're not the greatest, people would still like it just to see Luke do anything.
Look at the sequels. I mean, people, I've never seen a fan base turn on something so harshly so quickly, but like also people like just accept that's how you killed Luke. You went with an overdose of the Force. Really? Yeah. People still accepted that because they still did that. So it's not like they're afraid to treat the character like trash and kill him off in the worst way possible and portraying the entire, defining characteristic of a character. It's not like that or anything.
Yeah, I don't understand what goes on there, and I hope this Kathleen Kennedy situation will maybe clear some of that up. But I think they have to start making money with this franchise, otherwise they're going to have to sell it, or I have no idea. I have no idea who would buy it at this point. I don't know. And who would get
Amazon?
Well, maybe that'd probably be honestly the likely buyer, because I don't know who else will pay billions to get it and could afford to, which is probably, that leaves Amazon, which may not be a bad thing. Honestly, I don't like them. They're corporate, taking over the whole world, but their shows don't really miss. Even like The Bondsman, which that's a really good show. I enjoyed the heck out of it, and it's well animated. They put some money in this thing. It's even for a season 1. It's not like they just went, let's test this out. It's well. I mean, look, the Rings of Power. Even if you don't like it, it's a high production set. It looks nice and looks pretty, and they do try. It seems like with everything. Fallout. Yeah, Fallout had a lot of money. That looked like an expensive show. They seem to like
Wheel
take
of Time.
risks.
It's Wheel of Time is one of the most beautiful shows I've ever seen.
Yeah, I haven't watched
the first
that.
season was kind of
books, but
the first season, I thought the CGI was bad. but right before the second season came out, they went back and fixed it, so it's not terrible anymore.
Yeah, Amazon's really doing well on the TV side of things, and I think they would be a better, home for Star Wars.
I love The Boys.
Well, that's kind of why I like The Boys is good, and I also like this Bondsman show because it had the same level of gore, but it kept the show just felt really light, campy kind of in a way, but it was a really weird mix of shows. It was kind of like each episode had the demon of the week kind of thing, but then it still has an overarching story that's interesting enough, but it feels kind of like you're watching like an episode of Friends in a way. Like it's not something overly serious, but at the same time it kind of is. It's a really good season 1 in my opinion. I think they could really expand on it going forward.
What about Amazon animation, dude?
Yeah, they're sneaky in that department too. I don't think a lot of people realize how good their stuff is. I mean, you have stuff like Vox Machina.
It's like Vox Machina, Arc.
Yeah, they're sneakily getting into that too.
The video game one. What's it called? We just watched it. It had Warhammer 4K.
Yeah. What is it?
Secret level.
Yeah,
Secret level.
That's what was amazing. They could pick any one of those things and make a whole season out of them if they wanted to. They were all great.
Well, imagine a Star Wars show. Imagine the Clone Wars.
Oh, that type of animation.
Yeah.
Like they did for the Keanu one, like the Armored Core.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so good.
Or a Warhammer. Yeah.
Yeah, both of those would look so amazing with the Star Wars setting. All right, let's get this happen. Let's call it Bezos.
Jeffrey Bezos. Jeffrey Bezos.
Oh, wait, don't sing that. That might make him mad.
I'm trying to summon him.
Oh. Well, I mean, Twitch is owned by Amazon, so
Jeff, I got a $1 billion idea for you.
Everybody in chat, just spam Bezos, and maybe he'll pop in. We can get this idea floated by him. He just needs to buy Star Wars for probably $6 billion. I'm guessing it might take, maybe more, with inflation.
Come on, Jeff. You can even throw some of your Blue Origins rockets in there.
Yeah, you'll take first. If you go to Disney World, you get a free rocket to the moon.
Talking about
one-way trip.
Amazon theme park. Yeah, the Amazon Prime theme park. Members get 15% off.
Perry in space. Maybe Orlando Bloom too. He's not doing a whole lot.
But you know what he did do? Carnival Row on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I really hate Amazon because they're so invasive, but they make things so convenient. That's the other thing about Amazon that I don't understand why nobody can replicate. Like Walmart keeps trying to do this, whatever their thing was. What they call it? Jet or something? Whatever stupid name they came up with for their Amazon competitive thing. And
Walmart was trying to do something?
Yeah, they still are. They might have just changed it to Walmart Online. They came up with some stupid name originally. It was like, I don't know if it was Jet, but it was this basically an Amazon competitor. And I tried to use it one time, and their interface is so bad. That's the thing all these companies struggle with, is making a nice, clean interface. Amazon, it's been the same for like 15 years, but it works. It's like so clean, find what you want quickly. All these other sites just have all this crap on there, and you can't search what you want in less than 10 seconds. And I'm already like, I'm just going to go to Amazon. And then I got my stupid Amazon points, which I keep using my Chase card to pay off all my bills, and then I get like $50 in points every month, and then it forces me to use them. They're just so good at getting you into their ecosystem, and you can't leave. So then you get your security system.
I just got something on Amazon.
I just got those books on Amazon.
I bought comic books on Amazon. I bought Batman, Dark Knight of the Round Table.
Nice.
Book 1 and book 2.
That is very nice. Yeah, Amazon and Etsy are bad for me. Especially Etsy. Man, I get lost on Etsy. And now that they have an app too, I'm just like, oh boy. I get looking.
Zach, did I show you? Did I tell you? Sean Mormont, he finished his battle droid.
No.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me send you these pictures.
Inventory full. Why is my inventory always full?
Good luck.
So he printed this piece by piece and put it all together. He used like real hardware to secure it in place. He's still going to paint it. This is going to be a commander droid, and it's got his binoculars. I'm going to post it in the Discord too for anybody that wants to see it.
Cool. Yeah, Discord links up at the top of chat if anybody's wondering. Should work.
Drop in, say hello.
If it doesn't work, let me know.
Well, how would they do that?
How'd they do what?
Well, how are they going to reach you if they can't reach you on if they can't make Discord
Well, they can
work?
chat in Twitch or YouTube.
Oh.
Yeah.
Smart.
It's the future.
Up and at 'em.
Oh, nice.
You ever hear like the background echoing of people talking in this game and you think it's a real person?
Sometimes, yeah.
Every time I hear that and I'm like, take off my headset, I'm like, is Cooper throwing up? Is something happen? Under. I hate that any developers listening. Did you make it that like my stuff that I buy in the store doesn't, when you claim it, it doesn't go into your normal inventory? Make it like a separate inventory. I want to keep this armor on because I want to on me because I want to make a other outfit, but I don't want to do it right this second. I probably should so I can get it off of me.
I want it so when you click the hide helmet button, it doesn't just mean your head's under a hood now. Just like, I want to see my hair. It's good hair.
Is that because you have a chest piece that got a hood or something?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Hood down option would be nice. I wonder if there is a hood down option. Might be. Let's see. What game were we playing that had a hood down option? It's pretty cool. Oh, yeah, they said there's no option, but you can find like a subtle headpiece or something like that that will deactivate the hood. The right one. Okay, so we'll make this one this stuff. There we go. Okay, now we can get rid of it. That's a good sign. Yeah, Mondays and Tuesdays are pretty dead on most planets, but... Oops, I got the wrong armor on. There we go. Now I'm cool. Wait. Oops. Hold on. I changed the...
She's a little girl.
So I changed the screen.
She...
Sorry.
Why? Now they're gonna kill me. Quick, can you put that back?
Just a reminder to
Get
like
it
and
working
subscribe.
again or something?
You want to be the Justicar's captive?
I can't escape. As long as the Justicars have me in their records as a curfew breaker, they'll just hunt me down again. And if they get me for going AWOL, they'll use torture. Unless... Look, if you really want to help, go into their computers and delete my file. I'll hide somewhere. When things die down, I'll find Rennie again.
When does the new Tales show come out? You know? Is that soon?
Sure.
Did you say something?
Sorry, I was away from my mic. No, I don't really know.
Useless.
Hopefully soon. Where's my thing? I just bought. Oh, there it is.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Ooh, there's some more rocks we can harvest. Why won't you work?
I will be right back.
Okay. Come on. Come on. Oh, this is so irritating. All right. Never mind. $63. Yeah.
I've returned.
Okay, I got another question. Not Star Wars,
Okay.
but what do you think about? One of my coworkers was telling me that they opened up a new Chick-fil-A, and he was talking about how they had a cop out there directing traffic because it was so packed. Why do people love Chick-fil-A so much? It is good. Don't get me wrong. I like Chick-fil-A. But is it that good? I would not wait in the line for Chick-fil-A.
You're asking the wrong question. The question should not be about the quality or opinion on the product. The question should be, Why does every Chick-fil-A design their properties with the worst, shortest driveways out of any chain
You think it's on
business
purpose? They want to have people out the parking lot to make it look like they're always.
It's insane.
Everybody wants it.
They block the road like wherever you go. It's the same in Michigan as it is here in Florida. And it's the same all the states in between. But it is pretty good food. I'm not gonna lie.
I've only been a couple times, and both times it was way too long of a wait.
It's the waffle fries and the Chick-fil-A sauce, man.
Yeah, and the chicken, just something about it too. It's really good. I don't know what they do to it, what they're injecting it with, but it's good.
It's the lemonade.
Lemonade?
The lemonade.
I don't think I've ever had lemonade from Chick-fil-A.
Oh, they make like fairground lemonade. Like it's good lemonade, lots of sugar.
Not big in lemonade. I never really have been. I'll drink it, but it's not really my favorite. More of a tea person.
Why can't you be both?
I mean, I can be.
Why has it got to be one of the?
I'll drink
Why has it
lemonade.
Be one or the other?
I'm just not like gonna go
Lemonade's
out and
good.
get lemonade. Ooh, fair fries sound good right now though. That vinegar on them. I don't know why I don't think to get vinegar and just put them on my normal fries. I just never think about it. Yeah, some McDonald's fries
You
with
wanna
some
know-
vinegar. Ooh, that'd be good.
You remember
Are the people on this level in
what's
some
her
kind of
face
danger?
1,000 years ago? My girlfriend before Emily.
Yeah, I do. Sarah.
Yes, thank you. I remember her ranting and raving about fried Oreos. And she had me to try a fried Oreo. I gotta tell you, it's not that great. It's not that great, you know?
Yeah, Tracy got one last time. I think I tried it, and it was like, it was okay. Yeah, it wasn't. I'm not a big fried food person. Well, I take that back. I love elephant ears and like a funnel cake.
Yeah, I'd shank someone for an elephant ear.
I always eat it though, and then I regret it immediately. I'm like, I feel terrible now. My whole body just feels like it's shutting down, clogging up. But in the moment, it's great. But outside of that, I'm not really a fried food kind of person. Like the rest of it, I can be fine without the fried pickle or the fried Oreos. It's just, I'd rather just have fries and a nice Philly steak or something like that.
This is Coruscant.
Corn dog.
Why wouldn't the Senate help with repairs?
I'm not big on corn. I guess I haven't had a good corn dog, like a fair type of corn dog in a long time. Maybe that would change my mind, but I'm thinking of those like frozen ones. Those are terrible. My sister used to live off those frozen tacos. You get those little tiny mini ones. Used to just live on those things. Those are probably terrible now.
Those things are good.
Well, actually, no, I take that
those are
back. We
great.
had those things at your house that one time. We ate the whole box. Those
I know.
what were those? Those little rolls.
Yeah,
Like,
the taquitos.
Yeah, man. When you're in a special candy kind of place,
When
ooh,
you've
those are
had grown-up
good.
candy.
Yeah, and
Yep.
grown-up drinks. Oh,
Grown-up candy and grown-up drinks.
man, nothing
taquitos.
beat those things.
Taquitos and tacos.
We ate probably 50 at least.
And then we ordered more.
We did, and it was like a whole tray was just engulfed in those things. We just kept eating them.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, no, it is a beautiful thing.
That's what I'm talking about. In life, you don't need a whole lot. You just need to good candy, good food. That's all you need.
Yeah, not love. Just good candy, good
No.
food.
You stole Republic property.
A good game.
I had some good candy earlier, and I thought ahead, and I bought real candy to enjoy while I had my grown-up candy. one of the candies I bought was Warheads. That's an experience, I'm telling you. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Degree representatives about your
I
situation.
haven't had a warhead in a long time.
Well, if you ever find yourself in your enlightened state and you're not satisfied with it, I would highly suggest a warhead as a.
Weird, I wouldn't take you. I wouldn't take you for a warhead person.
No, I like a warhead. I thought they stopped making them, to be honest. I hadn't seen one in so long.
Yeah, I honestly haven't either. I kind of forgot about them. I saw at the movie theater the other week. I saw the new Nerds licorice thing.
You mean Nerd Rope?
Yeah, but they were kind of different a little bit, or at least a repackaging. It wasn't quite a Nerd Rope. It was like a smaller version of it. Oh, I bought the, you know those commercials you always see for the licorice.com?
Sure.
Do you ever get those?
No.
I get them all the time. They were like a company that's same thing, a mail order, gourmet licorice, and I was getting them all the time, and I was like, you know what? I'll try it. It was way too expensive. I bought, I don't know, what did I buy? 2 things? Maybe 3? No, it's 2, I think. It's like $30 or something. That was ridiculous, and I was like, well, this better be really good. If everybody wants a review, it's not worth it. It was good, but it wasn't $30 good. It was as good as, it was comparable to like one of those Australian licorice, the Warby or whatever it is, that fancy one they sell. It was about like that. It was kind of soft. It was good stuff. They had unique flavors, I guess, was the one thing, but not, definitely not paying that much for licorice. And I like licorice. I don't even know if it's really licorice at that point. That seems more like candy, but whatever.
That guy looks so cool.
Yeah, I was ranking fries earlier in the night. I think I said just out of the like normal chains, not the, weren't going to add like Culver's or anything like that. We're just going with the big normal fast food people. And I was saying that McDonald's is my #1 fry. And I think I'm going to go Wendy's.
Interesting.
Then Arby's. Then Arby's and Wendy's, I think I could interchange depending on my mood. But
wait, normal, like normal plain fries or the curly fry? Because the curly fry is on the next level, bro.
Yeah, curly fry.
Oh, that's got to be #1.
Sometimes they're too much curly fry. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I get to the end of it and I'm just like, this is too much curly fry. But yeah, I think I could. In the mood though, I think I could get to #1 with that. But McDonald's fry is just like the normal kind of fry is just top tier. I guess we'll go normal fries then. But when I have Wendy's too, and then I guess Arby's would be probably, I don't know, do they have a normal fry? They have like a wedge thing, right?
I don't know.
I guess at that point I'd probably put them last if we're just going normal fries. Burger King, probably last. They have terrible fry.
I'd put a Burger King fry over a McDonald's fry. It's crisper.
What? They have gotten better.
It's a crisper fry.
They getting better, but I don't know. There's something about the McDonald's fry. They just kind of like, it's like, it's just addicting for some reason. I don't know what they put in those things. They're so consistent too. That's the other thing. Burger King sometimes are pretty good, and then other times they're not so good. McDonald's is just like always the same. Just always good. Now I want fries. Darn it. Oh, that was the other thing I was complaining about. I wanted this whole rant earlier before you got on about DoorDash and why it's too expensive. Sometimes I want to use it, and then like the other day I did use it. I was sitting there. I was like, I don't want to eat my normal things I eat. And I was like, whatever. I'm going to get everybody some DoorDash. We're not going to leave the house. It was like a Sunday. And I added all the stuff to the cart. It was like $30-some, and I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, I could just drive the 7 minutes to go get it, but then I was like, that's too much work. But I was like, if they could find a way, because I think it's a flawed business. There's no way to make money for the driver, for the company, just kind of like Uber. Once you start taking everybody's cut, you can't get it cheap enough to where. And I was saying, like, unless you're on like a special candy binge and you need something right now, then you'll pay whatever amount. But I don't know. It's too expensive. I just wish they could bring it down like $8 or something like that.
Right.
Well, that's a lot of money. But it's so convenient.
I've been hearing some serious
I had it like 10 minutes too. It was amazing.
Justicar Tower. Did you find any recordings of Raquel?
Instacart, though, I'm never going to go back to buying grocery store food. Instacart's my new life. I save hours of my precious time.
Here you go.
I'm at war with the
Straight
galaxy
out of
again.
the Justicar Detention Center.
Terrific. Let's see what you found.
Remember the days when it was just first Darth Bane?
No,
Raquel, just running around doing little assignments.
Yeah.
Come back, be a little sassy,
My
get
whole story
promoted.
shot to pieces. That little jerk was my best lead. Now I've got nothing to go on.
Even if this lead didn't work out, you're still right about the Justicars.
I won't let this keep me down. I'll find the proof. Just gotta stick it out a little longer down here, that's all. Anyways, thanks for all your help. Keep fighting a good fight. I'll see you around.
Okay. Ooh, level 24. Ooh, there's something I want back there. I forgot about this quest.
Your brother is free. He says he will find you as soon as it's safe.
Really? The Justicars were saying he'd been killed. But he's alive? Really? Thank you, thank you. You're my second best friend in the whole world.
Did you play sorry, my mind's slipping. The Outer Worlds?
Really? I didn't know. No, let's go with no.
They showed some gameplay of the second game. It looks quite a bit more impressive than the first. Had some cool mechanics in it.
Well, now look here.
Ooh, I need
the
medical
Hotshot's back after busting into the Justicar's base. Did you find the holodisc kit?
What? Why are
Can I
they
make
so
a copy for my
expensive?
daughter?
Here, make your copy and give it back.
I had a good feeling the minute I met you. A quick copy. And there's your holodisc. Easy enough. You remember this. Undercity assistants will use these secret passages to help people in need.
Coruscant needs all the help it can get right now.
Nice to work with someone who knows what they're doing. Now take that disc back so security can ignore it again.
Internal transmitters reveal you convey the optimization solution to me. I also scan a crude Ugnaught porcine biped proposal of collaboration. Curious. I think you'll find that datapad worth reading. The Ugnaught porcine bipeds submit esteem for my efforts and honor my faculties. This is unforeseen pleasantness. With this optimization solution repossessed, Coruscant's waste processors revive. Filth, disease, poison levels recede. Plague outbreaks averted. All resolves to purple parallel.
What do you hope they'll announce at
The
Star
Black
Wars
Bisector
Celebration?
comes, pleasing as it is needed. I am NIK, Science Unit. Please talk up if your comprehension white shifts. I will use simple, happy language words to help you understand.
I'll put this under the preface that it'll be good.
Yeah.
Because part of me is scared to say it because it could also be terrible and ruin things more for me. But my number one would be a Vader show. And the other reason I think that's more likely than other things is how much Hayden Christensen has been talking about that specifically. While not saying it's for sure, he seems to be doing a lot of interviews and dropping that hint that he would totally want to do it. So he's been saying it enough that I think it could be in the works. So maybe that would be something that I would want if it's done well. But if it's Kenobi, then that could also really frustrate me further. That'd be a very, would ruin a lot of my goodwill that I've been starting to build by playing this game. But other than that, my biggest thing I want is that new show, animated show. I want a long form. I don't know what I'd want the show to be about, but I don't know. I just want more Jedi and Sith things. I don't want more shooting shows. I mean, I like them, but I want something. But my hope would be an Old Republic show would be really cool. Just go back and just something detached from everything. Give yourself a clean slate. I don't even care if you use any of this kind of stuff. Just make your own thing. You can go back even further than that. I don't care. I'd like just a fresh world that they can build. Maybe Filoni specifically could go ham and build his own thing. I think that could be cool, but I don't know if they're going to do that. That seems like that would be a big undertaking. What about you?
I do appreciate anything you can do.
I have a couple things that I would consider acceptable. Obviously, yeah, I'm ready for another Jedi driven show. I'm over the shooter shows. But I could be open for a Luke show, obviously. But I could also go for like a Maul show. If they were looking to do a show that was maybe closer to 1 or 2 seasons, I could go for a Maul show. And I would really like an Inquisitor show. I think that'd be cool.
I think they're kind of lame though. How they've been portrayed so far, they look out of place for some reason. They need to make them look better.
You haven't read Red Blade Rising or any of the comic stuff yet.
Well, not that I have a problem with the Inquisitors. The way they have portrayed the Inquisitors, I don't like, and I wouldn't want a show based on the live action versions.
Oh, the live action version, yeah.
Yeah, they don't look good. Like something about like the Grand Inquisitor just looked really bad in Ahsoka, or was that Ahsoka? What was it? No, Obi-Wan. Kenobi. Yeah, they just look.
No, it was Kenobi.
They look weird. Something about the uniforms and the suits, they don't look right. They look almost like a cosplay.
Reva's was okay.
It was all right, but even that wasn't as good as it could have been. But yeah, the Grand Inquisitor, I don't know if it was just the character just isn't one to be made in live action very well. I don't know, but they could have did a better job with that. He looked kind of like a really good cosplay character. But yeah, I agree it could be a cool
The Grand
show.
Inquisitor, they botched completely. They straight up screwed that up. And I think that was a lot of the actor's fault. If I'm remembering right, he is trash talking the costume like the entire promotional period. I could be wrong, but I think that's how he was doing. No, I like their animated Inquisitors look really cool. I like the one in Ahsoka's episodes in the first season of Tales of the Jedi, and I like the way they looked in Tales of the Empire. Rebels, I mean, that's kind of where they started, so like I'll give it a pass. They looked better by the end, but I wasn't really impressed with the Inquisitors and Rebels.
I like the one Ahsoka kills with one hit.
Yeah.
I don't like the spinny lightsaber thing. That needs to go away now. I'm so tired of that thing. I think we've just seen it so many times, and it just seems stupid. I've never seen it do anything.
I don't know how I feel about it.
All they do is
I don't know
just
how
keep
I feel
spinning
about it. I want to see. I'll hold my judgment until they hold it over the and fly away like helicopters. Because that's definitely in the show.
We've seen it so many times now, and it has never worked once. I don't think, right? Because we've seen Ahsoka dismantled him in less than 5 seconds. He did that spinny thing. Reva did it. Didn't work out so well for her. The closest it came to being successful was in Ahsoka with the gassy man who threw it at her, and then she just did the cool little like shoulder dodge. So I don't know.
The Grand Inquisitor versus Kanan in Rebels pretty okay, but like I don't know. I always thought it was weird too that they all had the same. Like I figured that was just like an Imperial thing, like you don't get to customize your sword because you're trash to me, sort of thing, or maybe it was a badge of office type deal. But I was never really into it either. It was cool, like it was double blade and okay, it spun, but the moment the show decided that they were gonna fly on them like Penguin's umbrella helicopter, that was a bit much.
Well, it's also weird in that they're supposedly trained by Vader, and yet using that sword, which is probably the farthest thing away from his style of combat. And I think it'd be cooler with a single blade.
That's explained in the book. That's explained in the book. So to say Vader trains his Inquisitors would be incorrect.
You're talking about blackouts. Yeah, the words is heard, but enemy droid.
They train with themselves, and they have their own knowledge, and they all kind of like bid for knowledge, and they level up as they beat Jedi. And Vader comes in every now and again to test them. And that's usually just like a very long sparring period where he usually dismembers one of them or mutilates them in some way if he doesn't straight up kill them. But yeah, he doesn't technically train them. It's the Grand Inquisitor is responsible for that.
Yeah, I think I kind of knew part of that. I haven't read it, but I did actually remember hearing that somewhere. Probably one of my YouTube video breakdowns.
It's really good, bud. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's on my to-do list.
I think that's probably been my favorite Star Wars book I've read in the past 3 years. Like, Brotherhood was okay. It wasn't great, but it was okay. And what else has come out? I don't know. I also read maybe 2 or 3 Star Wars books a year, so.
I haven't read a lot of the comic stuff, but I've absorbed it through other means.
Stand by for examination and suggested products.
That's what I do at work a lot. I just kind of listen to a lot of it.
I almost hate the comics, though, because I hate that they're canon, because they tell a lot of stories that we'll probably just never see because they exist in the comic format.
That's true.
Like there's this whole Luke has got this whole comic about him like getting his crystal, and there's a whole comic series about Boba Fett tracking down the rebel pilot who blew up the Death Star and reporting his identity to Vader. You know, there's a whole comic line for that we're just probably never gonna see.
Oh, that was the other rumor that they're gonna unveil Boba season 2, and hopefully
I would
go
rather
back to him be a bounty hunter.
I'd rather him just be Rex.
Well, that was also the other thing is he might show up. That was the other rumor. She's gonna show up in Ahsoka as Rex at some point, And then there were also rumor that he's going to have, because he said something specifically the other week or whatever, that he had some big news, which everybody assumed that meant maybe Ahsoka as Rex, and then also probably a Boba season 2 with hopefully more actual bounty hunting.
Well, the thing about him being Rex at the time of Ahsoka, like,
I assume that'd be more of a
actual
flashback thing.
His
but I don't
actual
know.
age and his realistic age, or and his character age, are way more believable than the freaking 70-year Bulba. You know.
Yeah, because clone aging too. What would that?
Yeah, he'd be up there.
Yeah, so
And
I
we know
assume
he's
that would probably be a flashback scene, but I don't know.
we know he fought at the Battle of Endor, so.
How old is he, actually?
60s. I hate these missions where I just go back and forth.
Hey, 64.
Hey there, LT. Sergeant Mathen reporting for duty with fun toys in tow, sir.
Let's see what you got for me.
First item of business is your detonator, sir. A Zerka Arms 53R high-yield thermite explosive. Guaranteed to get a party started. Or
Of course, there's my dream project.
The comm relay you're going
Project
after
I
is
want
in
more
the
than any
works.
other project.
An industrial area on the lower levels of
I want a
Coruscant.
Star Wars
It's a
miniseries,
dangerous place, LT. Besides the Imperials, you're bound
and I
to
want
find.
it to be simply titled Order 66. And I want to bounce back and forth between Jedi being slaughtered on planets and Anakin slaughtering Jedi in the temple. And I want there to be this boss fight vibe where it's just an action-packed series. Let Hayden go ham. Bring in the best stunt fighters in the world or whatever. The acolyte people with Hayden. Bring that in. And just treat it like boss fight after boss fight after boss fight. You do like 3 or 4 boss fights an episode. And it's just like him just going from Jedi Master to Jedi Master. Sith eyes, all that stuff.
I think it'd be really cool to do a Vader versus Windu. That'd be something they really could do really well. That'd be so much fun.
Or yeah, I mean, I don't think that'd be a great animated one because
No, I'd like that
animated
live
Mace
action.
Windu looks scary, but like yeah, show Mace Windu coming back to the temple or something.
Or even like something similar to what Theory did with that drop down into the darkness, and Windu just looks all wrecked, but he's pissed off. That could be a super cool fight. I'd like to see them push it to where Mace is like dark side or something, or just really mad. Maybe deranged.
Mace Windu with Sith eyes.
That'd be so cool.
Thanks for the warning, Sergeant.
Just doing my job, LT. Once you've made your way to the relay, plant that detonator on the generator coupling at the center and clear out of there before it goes off. That's all there is to it, LT. I won't hold you up any longer. Good luck.
Finally, military assistance. I'm Fez Burba, scientist notary of the Republic and planetary consult to the Galactic Senate. My
What
current
am I
project could
doing?
alter
I'm running
history.
with like a
If
ball
my
on
theory
my
proves
shoulder.
correct, I will be the most famous scientist who ever lived. Consider this.
So I gotta put
We
the
all
thing in
know
the
the
thing.
Imperial
Alright.
bombardment of Coruscant wreaked havoc on the infrastructure. But what if it also damaged the planet's very core?
Would there be a way to repair the damage?
Perhaps, depending on the extent of it, but most likely the planet would have to be evacuated. It is crucial that I get seismic readings from the lower levels, specifically from the works
Oh, you
sector.
son of a...
In the
Stop pulling
spirit
me
of
with your
scientific inquiry, and on behalf of the safety of the Republic, I need you to perform this critical mission. Prove my theory correct, and the Senate will grant me a substantial endowment for further research. I will give you a generous reward as compensation.
If your theory is incorrect, what happens then?
I will still pay, of course, but your compensation will be significantly less. All that's required is that you take the Berba Seismic Activity Reader, my invention of course, and use it in the works. The reader is both accurate and user-friendly. The challenge will be in the journey, not in the science.
Okay.
Hail to the glory of the apparatus. Welcome to the hallowed walkways of the great works. I am Osiris, the chief engineer. I serve the great machines, the true rulers of Coruscant.
It's a pleasure to meet
Love
you,
force
Osiris.
choking things in
It's
battle.
always good to see another humble biological down here. These machines are the vital organs of the planet. Biologicals are merely parasites, totally dependent on the infinite energy of the Great Ones. But discord emerges among the exalted masters. The stationaries grant sustenance to the biologicals, but the mobiles long to destroy our kind.
What are stationaries and mobiles?
The stationaries are industrial behemoths, creators. The mobiles, some call them droids, are workers. Understand this. One of the stationaries, Thermodraft, is in great pain. He's melting down. But the mobiles will not let me help him. When he dies, thousands of biologicals above will die with him. His energy will be unleashed.
Are you talking about some sort of explosion? Radiation leak?
Both. Thermodraft dies an angry death. You are only a mere biological. But perhaps you could help save Thermodraft. You'd have to release the control valves on his steel skeleton. Do this and matters could be set right.
Let's call this Operation Machine Rescue.
That seems fitting. Thermodraft lives farther down into the works. You'll see him. He is astounding to behold.
Dumbest boss.
Machines and maintenance areas like this keep the whole planet going. Pretty incredible.
What's going on down here?
Don't know.
Ooh, scavenge. Um,
Do you think they'll announce the Cal Kestis game?
I don't know. How long has it been? 2 years?
Taking the shot.
Maybe.
I mean, they're not really. I mean, there's nothing really. I mean, they just had Outlaws. I mean, that was their last big game, right?
Did Respawn make Outlaws?
No, that was Ubisoft.
Yeah. Yeah, Respawn makes the Jedi games. The only other thing I think they're working on is Titanfall 3. But yeah, I would think the Jedi game would be quicker to get out the door. They're probably just using the same stuff, assets and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it could be coming. At least a trailer, maybe. I hope they swing for the fences on that one. I don't know what I want from it, but it kind of feels sort of like the Spider-Man thing for me, where it's not like it's bad, but I want something fresh, but I don't know what that would be. I don't really have an answer for what I want. But I want something different.
Think.
I think I mostly just want. I mostly just want an open world game with. I want to make my own character. That's more what I want. But
So, like, would you do a fantasy or would you do a sci-fi? I'm talking outside of Star Wars now. Like, if you could have your own game, what would Zach's game be?
Oh, I would remake this, but go way more. I would make it a Star Wars MMO that plays like the Jedi games, but a little different. That's what I would do. I would love to make a Star Wars MMO that everybody can make their own characters, have their own cool stories like this in depth with decisions, and that'd be so cool. That's all I really want in life.
I hear nothing wrong with this.
Outside of that, I don't know what I'd want. Really all I've ever wanted. At least this scratches that itch, even if it is old.
Yeah, I think maybe if just this had better graphics.
You know what I thought was the other day? It'd be really cool if a whole different take on a Star Wars game, but I would like Larian to make Knights of the Old Republic 3, where it's the turn-based thing, like kind of like the original KOTORs were, but with Larian's like way to tell stories with all the different options and dialogue and insane like replayability value. That'd be so cool if Larian did that, something like that. They would, because I mean, Baldur's Gate is, I played that game so many times and I still find things I didn't even know you could do or dialogues that could happen. They did Star Wars game. Oh my god, that'd be so good. I could play it forever. Especially if it had like the Larian's like way you can build your characters and play it vastly different each time. That'd be so cool in a Star Wars setting. That'd be like one thing on my wish list. I think that would fit really well too with what they do. Force powers and stuff is not so different from D&D stuff. And all the classes, you can make different classes too. So if you're listening, Larian, get on that.
Up and at 'em.
Oh shit, that guy's my guy. My second companion just showed up.
Ooh.
He's one of the guys I lost during the whole Eternal Throne chapters.
Yeah, I read somewhere that you lose your character's Eternal Throne, but you get them back. Lower. Another wish list game I've always wanted in my life. This isn't more for you. This is more for people of the internet, because I don't think this would be your cup of tea. But I always wanted a Gundam game or mech game, I guess, where you sit in the cockpit and like the point of view is you sitting in the cockpit fighting things. I always thought that'd be kind of cool. Somebody make that.
I think that could be really cool in concept, especially with the whole piloting the Gundams.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want to like see the controls, because they already do it for like flight simulators. Just kind of put you in like a simulator thing, and then see your hands moving the joysticks, kind of like they do for what's the game I'm thinking of?
Bro, Gundam in VR.
Yeah, like in the cockpit, and you can see your hands. Oh, that'd be so cool. What is the space game I'm trying to think of? The one that's taking 500 years. Star Citizen. Yeah, make it like a Star Citizen kind of cockpit. I mean, that's for your Gundam, and you control it from there. That'd be super. Then you hit, because in the show you have the monitors and stuff around you. You can like be looking through the monitor screen. Oh, VR. All right, that's a concept right there. That would sell millions. Japan would lose their crap over that. These are the things that, like, why don't people think of these things?
We think of these things.
Yeah, then why don't people make these things? Because this is just printing
Nobody
money.
listens to us.
Printing money for people right now. If I had billions of dollars, that's what I'd be doing. I'd be making all these things. Or I wouldn't be doing it.
All
I'd be
we
telling
ask
other
is
people
that
to
you
do
would
it.
sponsor the channel.
Yeah. That's it. And a free copy of the game.
Now I started a war with the Republic.
And the Empire?
No, I'm allies with the Empire.
Oh, you guys mended your relationship.
I told them they were on my side.
Oh, so you just forced the relationship.
That's the Sith way. They like it.
Up and at 'em.
Do you hate whenever well, I should ask, do you ever zone out and forget when you're running that you have a mount and you just run where you're going?
I don't forget that, no. I did forget that was a thing until I accidentally did it once. And I was like, oh yeah, work with this. It's very nice.
All right, I'm going to kill these guys, and then I think I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah, I think I should too.
Not all of us are young like you.
Right. Well, see, I'm not going to go to bed. When I mean, you actually mean you go to bed. It's pretty impressive. I'm more like, I'm going to get up here, and then I'm going to go sit around for 45 minutes or longer and think about falling asleep.
I'm probably going to read before I fall asleep. But yeah, I will fall asleep.
You're like 2 pages, and then you're just out. How far do you get?
It depends on how much Motrin I take.
Take a Benadryl. You'll have a really fun time.
Popping Benadryl like candy.
For some reason, when I take Benadryl specifically, I get crazy dreams. Nighttime meds, I can take 3 of those and I'll sleep good, but I won't dream. I don't dream normally, but for some reason Benadryl, I don't know what the difference is. It just makes me have some very vivid dreams that I actually remember. Not bad dreams, just dreams in general. All right, Streamland. Thanks for watching tonight. It was a good turnout, especially earlier. We'll be back tomorrow, per usual. It's a Friday, too. Friday. We'll be back on the Sith character tomorrow. Ooh, it's going to be fun.